Hey BookTube, it's Peg at the History Shelf. Hope you're having a great Sunday evening. Thought I'd make a quick video to talk about some of the recent books that I have acquired in the mail. And yeah, just kind of touch base. It looks like we're going to have a big winter storm rolling in tomorrow night. It's kind of exciting, right before, a couple days before Thanksgiving. Colorado, we are under a winter storm warning as of tomorrow evening. I think my area could get up to could get up to 9 inches, but it might only be 5. And then Tuesday we'll probably get a few more. So the groceries are in, and I am surrounded by tons of books. I mean, you just couldn't ask for a better scenario, right? All right. Well, I should say some of the books that I've acquired, I'm going to share with you are fiction, but they are the classics. I've been adding to my collection of both Oxford World's Classics and the New York Review of Books classics. But for this video, I'm just going to roll through, got about 3 of the Oxford World Classics, and then a Penguin Classic, and then 2 works of history, one of history and one of biography. So, let's start off with my Oxford World Classics that I'm adding to my collection. So I got this book based off of a recommendation. Steve Donahue was raving about this book by Anthony Trollope. This is Orley Farm. You see that right here. Again, a beautiful Oxford World's Classics edition. Never read it, but you know, I was scoping out some of the prices on Amazon, and I found a bunch that were really marked down, like almost half off, and this was one of them. So looks like it's going to be pretty good. Pretty big novel, Orley Farm. So I got that one, and then I got, because I like the Russian writers, I have Ivan Turgenev's First Love and Other Stories. So this one's more of a slim volume. It's very beautiful artwork on the cover. So yes, wanted to have that. And then I wanted to, I'm not a big poetry person, however I do enjoy the Greek classics, and like I can read the Odyssey, Iliad, the Aeneid. I dig it. So and I've never read this one. I've read the other 3, but I haven't read Ovid's Metamorphoses. A new translation by A.D. Melville. So, yeah, this is very... So I don't know if any of you guys have read these, or if you have these editions, but they are beautiful. And of course, what I love about the Oxford World Classics are the notes. Oh, the notes, the bibliography, glossaries. They really bring out the nerd in me as far as giving me more to explore. And yeah, so these were the 3 Oxford World Classics. And then I've always wanted to read Thomas Hardy, and I should, you know, embarrassed to say I haven't yet, and I probably should have chosen him for Victober instead of Thomas Carlyle. Although I still want to I want to read more Thomas Carlyle, and I still need to finish Sartor Resartus. But this was super cheap, and I got it for a song, obviously. Thomas Hardy, Far from the Madding Crowd, Penguin Classics right there. Hi, Boomer. So I got 4 classics to add to my collection. I do have a mix of Penguin Classics and Oxford World's Classics. They're not, you know, I don't commit to just one or the other. I've got a little bit of each. So yeah, in my next video I'll show you my New York Review of Books classics. My second purchase outing, or no, third, I should say. I just keep adding. You know, the thing about the New York Review of Books right now is that I guess these flash sales are because they're celebrating their 20th anniversary or something like that. It's like every week I get a new email from them, and they select certain books that go on sale. However, They are having through December 31st, going on right now, their holiday sale. Now they're not up for, they don't cover all of their books, but if you go to their website and then they have a page where there's the holiday selection of books that are, if you buy one book it's 10% off, two books 20, three 30, and four 40% off. So I was like, oh boy. I identified a couple that I would like for sure. We'll see if they add more to the sale bracket, because that would be cool. But for right now, I still have a whole. I just received a box about a week ago, which I'm gonna do in another video. Okay, so the other two new books I got. One is a book that I was really intrigued by after watching it on the Byways and Bookland channel, Jason Harrigan's channel. He has the paperback version, and I was able to find this new version, this hardcover version, for like $12 on Amazon, brand new. And I'm so excited to read this because I love this stuff. This is A Rage to Live, a biography of Richard and Isabel Burton by Mary S. Lovell. And it's a monster. But, you know, I tend to, if you've been watching many of my videos, you know that I tend to like really monster books. Something about them. It's the challenge. Just taking a deep dive into something. And, you know, I have a folio, a society edition of Pilgrimage to Mecca and Medina by Richard Burton. And so I thought this would be a great way for me to kind of learn a little bit more about the man and his wife and their marriage and just their lives together. But yeah, I'm really excited for this. And so thank you, Jason, for sharing that book on your channel. Otherwise, I wouldn't have known about it. So again, I keep buying more books because of all you guys out there in BookTube. And I buy them faster than I can read. But hey, yeah, whatever. It brings me joy, you know? Brings me joy, brings you joy. I will get to all of them. Okay, so this other book I've had in my Amazon cart for a long time, and sometimes I just leave books in there, and you know, prices go up and down and whatever. And I was just like, well, I've got a million other things to read. I do want to read it. And then the price just dropped dramatically, and I was like, well, now's the time. So this is Hirohito and the Making of Modern Japan by Herbert Bix. And this was the winner of the Pulitzer Prize. This is an updated with a new introduction. So just kind of a small paperback version of it. I think it was marked down to like, probably 10 or 11 bucks. So I was like, oh, I've got to get it. But it's pretty substantial. I've always been fascinated by studies of Japan, their leadership in World War II, fascinated by Admiral Yamamoto, the planning for Pearl Harbor. But I mean, more than that, it's just the country itself, their history going all the way back to when, you know, before America, you know, just basically forced them to open their country to the world back in the 1800s. So yeah, I'm really, really stoked to read this. I would love to know if any of you have read Hirohito and the Making of Modern Japan. That would be awesome. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Okay, well, you know, I've gotten a lot of other new books, but they're mostly they are books that I plan on reading and reviewing. Publishers have been kind enough to send them to me, but I will be showing them on this channel once I start reading them and I review them. I'm still reviewing some books. I'm working my way. I'm almost done with the Puritans, and I'll be writing a review on that for Open Letters Review. And I'm enjoying the Accursed Tower, or as my partner called it, the Cursive Tower. That's what she thought she heard me saying, which would put a happier connotation on it. You know, it's just calligraphy wars or something like that. It's the Cursive Tower. I'm enjoying it. It is a very breezily written a study. It's really good for a general audience. A good popular history of the final siege of Acre. Oh, and I wanted to mention too, thank you to Andrew. I pronounced the author's name incorrectly. Apparently it's Roger Crowley who is the author of that. And I made a comment about Nicholas. I added one more, too many syllables to his last name, so I guess it's Bosbans or Bosbanes, Nicholas Bosbanes, who writes a lot of books about bibliophiles, people who love books, the collection of books, and things like that. So thank you, Andrew. That was very kind of you, and you did it in a very kind way. So I'm always happy to do that. Oh, and I also wanted to, and I meant to do that in the beginning of this video. Apologize to any of my Scottish viewers. I also mispronounced Edinburgh. Edinburgh. Or, as another a friend in the UK messaged me and said, sometimes we just call it Edinburgh. So, thank you, and duly noted. And now I love knowing that I can pronounce it correctly. So, 3 corrections on my pronunciation. Not too bad for the week. I've been making some mistakes lately. But I know you guys are forgiving, so thank you. Okay, well, that was just a little bit of a new books update. I wanted just to show you some of the new classics I got. A couple of the new ones I got in the mail. Hirohito and the biography on Richard and Isabel Burton. Now, I have ordered a few more books that, again, the price was right. I've been wanting them a long time, and they will be arriving soon. Although I think with this this storm, I'm supposed to be getting some things on Wednesday, so I think they'll be delayed. And then you have the Thanksgiving holiday next week, so I probably won't be getting them until later in the week next week. However, I'm gonna try to make some time over the break. I'll be off Thursday and Friday and the weekend. So in between family, get-togethers and turkey eating, and we want to catch some movies for sure. There's some good movies out that we want to catch. I'm going to make some videos, and I do want to get back to the bookshelf tours. I promise that. I have not gotten to it. I apologize, you guys. I've just been trying to keep up on the content, but also try to get the reading done. I mean, I show you so many books, and I'm also just trying to read. And again, I am so close to finishing that massive book on the Puritans, and I should be done with the Accursed Tower in the next couple of days. And then moving on to, I mentioned in Nonfiction November at the beginning of the month that I'm going to be reading Labyrinth of Ice by Buddy Levy, the Triumphant and Tragic Greeley Polar Expedition. So I'm very excited about this. I'm going to write a little review for it as well. And it'll be on my blog and all of my contact stuff in my blog. If you're interested if you're ever interested in reading some of my other book reviews that aren't on open letters, I kind of sometimes just do my own reading, and I'd like to house my writing in a certain in my own place, and so that is the History Shelf, my own book blog. So you can find that below. It's at pegagogy.com. Okay, so anyway, I'm just kind of rambling, but I wanted to say too that there's been some great videos lately by some of my other favorite booktubers, and I'm really excited to see David Murphy back. He is putting out he and Brianna at Brianna's Library are doing a read-along next month, I guess, for the Communist Manifesto, which sounds fascinating. So I'm debating on doing that. I know that I'm doing a buddy read with Sharon Goforth, and we're doing a massive read on, hang on a second. Oh boy. Sorry, this one was on the floor. We are starting this massive book, A Campaign of Giants, The Battle for Petersburg, Volume 1. Volume 1 by A. Wilson Green. It's big. Again, I like these big hefty books, big chunkers. So we're doing that starting in December. I've noticed that Brian at Bookish is going to be doing a group read-along of Balzac. And I'm so tempted to try that as well. The thing is with me, I almost bite off way more than I can chew, and I'm trying to keep up with all the little things that I've committed to. which is a lot. I'm going to be reading a few fiction books that I might be writing some small reviews for as well, and but it's exciting, you know, I love it. But if you guys are interested, you know, check out David Murphy's channel, Brianna's Library, Bookish, just throwing things out. Sharon Goforth, she had a nice update on her nonfiction November. And gosh, you guys are all reading so many wonderful things, and I want to do it all, but I know that I can't. So I just kind of keep plugging away and trying to stay on a certain schedule. I'm sorry, I know I'm rambling, but I guess I had a lot of thoughts for you guys tonight. Kind of wondering how you schedule your reading or reach your goals. You know, like I picked out 4 or 5 books for Nonfiction November. I'm finishing up 2 of them. I'll be starting this one this week. Yep. I still need to get into The Confounding Island by Orlando Patterson, which is about Jamaica and the post-colonial predicament. And just a ton of other books that I'm going to be reading and reviewing. So just curious how you guys manage your goals. If you have any thoughts or advice, you know, I'm just trying to knock things off, commit to them, and try to knock them off. But you know, working full time, coming home, having 3 dogs, having, you know, significant other, and you're just, you know, trying to live life and be with people, and it's, you know, it can be challenging, but I never want to lose the joy of discovery, of learning, and of reading. So you know, any tips that you have for just managing the desire to take it all in, that would be wonderful. Okay, so I rambled enough on this video. I'm going to make another quick video showing you my New York review of books. So I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank you to all my subscribers, all you wonderful people out there. I thank you to anyone who has liked or subscribed. And yeah, hope you keep coming back. And I hope you're having a good night. And stay warm wherever you may be. And I will talk to you soon, BookTube. Take care. Bye.